Hello Commanders, Commander Plater here, back with another Elite Dangerous video, and today we are taking a look at the recent changes to the galactic market, and things do not look straightforward. With the January patch, we were told there'd be some changes to the selling of goods within Elite Dangerous. We were told that high-end materials would have a change as to how they were sold. Added supply and demand volumes for certain high-end minerals. Now, trading goods such as void opals is more realistic. Markets can still offer a high buy price, but will offer less as the demand is met. As part of this change, these high-end minerals will now be demanded by more specific economy types. This change will affect the following commodities: Alexandrite, Benitoite, Grandinodyrite, low temperature diamonds. These were missed in the update but should now be corrected to work the same as the others. Monazite, Musgravite, Painite, Rodplumsite, Serendipite, void opals. What this would actually look like wasn't clear until the update actually dropped and some testing could be carried out. I actually had some time to test myself, and I have to say the market fluctuations are baffling. Not to say that they happen, but the way the pricing is worked out. I'm going to try to cover what happened without too much maths involved, so here we go. After a couple of hours of mining Painite, myself and two other commanders went to sell our loads. We all had different amounts in our holds, and we headed over to a station with a decent demand of 3,888. When we arrived, we all had different prices on offer, and this is where my scratching head started. I had 279 tons, I was offered a price of 476,890. Hunter had 380 tons, was offered 463,497. Vortex, who had 465 tons, was offered 452,225. So, the price you're offered is tied to a couple of different factors. The first thing the pricing is tied to is the amount of commodity in your hold. The lower the amount you have, the better the price you get offered. Okay, so they get a bulk discount? No, they don't. They get to look at your hold and then lowball you. I never said I was selling everything at this station in one go, remember? We decide to see what happens when you sell some cargo. We had Hunter sell 181 tons, so he had the same amount as I did, and then we also had Vortex sell 65 tons. We then had to wait for the market to refresh. This takes around 10 minutes, and when it did refresh, we were offered these numbers. 279 tons, price was now 477,023 credits, and the demand had gone up by 1 to 3,889. Hunter, also with 279 tons, was offered the same price, and the same demand showed. Now, this is where things got a little bit odd. Vortex, with his 400 tons, was offered 447,716 credits, but the demand had dropped to 3,789 tons. That could just be a glitch, so we might have to discount this when we look at the overall. So, Hunter was being offered the same price I was, which makes sense. Vortex, on the other hand, was being offered less than he was before, despite having lower cargo, but the important thing to note is his demand is lower for some reason. Also, somewhat strange, both mine and Hunter's demand had gone up by 1, despite there having been 246 tons sold to the market in the previous 10 minutes. Next up, we have Hunter alone sell 79 tons, and then we wait. So, the results for this one. I have 279 tons still, my price is 456,071 credits. Demand, 3,731. Hunter with 200 tons, 466,547 credits. Vortex, with his 400 tons, is 440,025 credits. Again, same demand. This dropped the demand for all of us and therefore dropped the price. The demand dropped by 158. Now it's worth bearing in mind here, at this point our results cannot take into consideration the actions of other players across different game modes, as the markets and background simulations are all tied together. If they sell, that could affect the demand. At this point, our primary conclusion is that both the demand and the amount in your hold dictate the price you get offered. High demand, higher price, the less you have to sell, again the higher the price. To take the testing a little further, we all went to a station with a zero demand for Painite. More than that, we went to a system that used to have the best background sim conditions for selling. We were all offered the lowly price of 160,313 credits. At this point, we were all carrying different amounts of cargo, so really, we would have expected to be offered different prices. To me, this indicates that demand is the key factor that dictates the price, and the amount in your hold is secondary. We did try one of us selling cargo here, but there was no change in the price offered. So, what have we discovered? Prices will change every 10 minutes based on the market refresh and the amount sold in the previous 10 minutes. The amount of cargo you have to sell will influence the price, but this factor appears secondary. The lower the amount, the more favourable the price will be. Mining and the subsequent selling will favour those in smaller ships or those just starting out. All the current tools out there which feed into third-party websites like eddb.io are likely to be out of date by the time you get there. As things stand, I don't think the system for price calculation is correct. There is a large assumption that you want to sell all of your cargo in one spot at the same time. Why should you be offered a lower price because you have more without saying how much you want to sell within the demand of the station? Or, to put it another way, why don't we get a discount when buying in bulk? It just makes no sense. Secondly, the price fluctuations are too frequent. The window to get the price advertised is just too slim. 2 to 4 hours might be a better idea for simplicity. So, where does this leave commanders? Mix up what you're mining, pay attention to the type of economy that consume the commodity you have mined, and then go to sell in the best place. Make sure you use in-game tools when looking for the best price, as this will have the most accurate price. But bear in mind, you have to have the high value commodity in your hold in order to find the price on the galaxy map. Finally, when selling, sell in chunks and then wait 10 minutes for the market to refresh to get a better price on the rest of your hold. So thank you for watching, commanders. Please make sure you like, subscribe and turn on notifications so you get an alert every time I put a new video out. Also, whilst you're there, if you are looking to support the channel, please check out the links in the video description, as there are a couple of different ways to do so. But once again, thank you for watching. Commander Plater, out.